But I do think that Judas is like objectively the weakest in the tournament. I would say so.
Oh, easy. All right, I'm putting Thompson. Okay. We're gonna dissect each and every one of these. I'm putting Thompson as the prediction
if I
here.
bet on you, it would be like 95-5.
All right. Aloha, everybody. Yeah, welcome back to a podcast here this week once again. Yeah, as you can see, so if you don't know, when we start these podcasts, I'm not exactly sure where everybody is. Yeah, and I actually guessed everybody right here today. Yeah, I'm gonna turn off the alerts here. Yeah, and well, I'll definitely read the alerts for subscriptions and anything else like that after the stream. Yeah, so or after the podcast. Yeah, but thank you guys for the subs and the resubs during the podcast. But yeah, I actually got everybody's name right today. Yeah, because usually I get it wrong. I kind of have to guess where everybody's going to be because Discord kind of puts everybody kind of randomly. But anyways, as you can see, we got a different group of people here today. Yeah, we got a different face today, which is Stoic. Somebody you guys might know, a face that you guys might be familiar with. Yeah, since he did the commentating for, America's Cup and whatnot. But I'll let him introduce himself. Feel free to let us know about yourself. Yeah, when you got into Summoner's War and, all the shenanigans. Yeah, plug everything and let us know everything Stoic. Let's hear it.
I mean, if you guys do know me, twitch.tv, Stoic, LL Stoic, LL. Sorry. Don't want to screw that one up there.
I'll put the link. I'll put the link down below. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah, appreciate that. I started playing just under 3 years ago, and I got dragged in because of my brother-in-law and a friend. I was like deep into Clash of Clans, so I didn't want to get into like a new game. And when they told me like, oh, you'd be so good at Summoner's War, and I was like, yeah, but I don't want to like get into a game. And then I played about a week, summoned a CR at level 12, and I was absolutely addicted.
That's it?
So it's like,
wow,
how I got started into the game from there on.
You're like a good monster coming.
So yeah,
it's a pretty nice poll.
So yeah, like I said, he also did the commentating as well this year, which was awesome. Yeah, as well as I've met Stoic several times. How many times have we met up now? Like 3 or 4 or 5 times now?
First time I met you was
PAX.
What was it? PAX East?
PAX East, yeah. Did we meet twice at PAX East? Like 2 years in just 1 year, right?
No, I didn't go to a previous one before that.
I see. But yeah,
I want to say this to everybody. My first time I met Stoic was a long walk at the beach. How romantic.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, what's the story behind that?
We just met up and had a long walk at the beach.
Oh,
hand in hand.
I see.
Hand in hand.
Can I get some Cap Prides in chat? Okay. But yeah, let's get right into the podcast today. Tyler, Obama, yeah, Thompson, thank you guys for joining in as well. Some exciting stuff happening up soon. Yeah, we're gonna start off with topic number 1 here first, which is something pretty prevalent and just occurred, which is the update, right? That just happened like 24 hours, 40 hours ago. So the update's about the recent dimension hole changes. Yeah, what are your thoughts on this? Yeah, as well as some slight guild updates as well. What are your thoughts on this? Right, let's talk about this a little bit, as well as if there's anything we can elaborate on or maybe suggest to them for future quality of life changes for dimensional hole and guild update. We can provide it for them here.
Really positive push towards the right direction. Yeah, both Guild War and Dimensional Hole.
Okay. Yeah, so if you guys don't know the changes, Dimensional Holes has been increased drop rates for the runes, the grinds, and the gems now. Do you think it's good that they're doing this? Obviously, as a player, this is good, right? We're better chance of runes. But do you think this is good? Because I feel Comtuous needs to be very careful with ancient runes.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. I think they need to be careful with that. But I mean, just take a look how many times have they actually buffed regular dungeons for drop rates to become better? So I mean, it was only time before they were gonna. But I didn't think they were gonna do it this soon. Honestly, I thought they were gonna give it like a year to go. It hasn't been out for a year. Yeah, I thought they were gonna give at least a year before buffing drops in Dimensional Hole.
I see.
But buffing the drop rate for the Dimensional Hole will balance out Violent Runes a little bit better because it makes like Despair and other Rage.
You sure? But then doesn't it drop Will Runes?
I know. Well,
so then it accentuates Violent as well. Yeah, true.
You only get 2. Yeah.
True. And now do you? So I don't know if you guys. Okay, somebody has an echo, by the way. I don't know who has an echo. Maybe it stops it already, but that's weird.
It's me.
Could be. Yeah, it is definitely him. So
is it better now?
it was definitely you, but it's fine. It's better now. So do you think it's more viable now to do dimensional hole refills? And do you currently do dimensional hole refills? And what's your thought on that?
I do. I've always been doing it.
People do.
Okay.
A lot of people have been like, Thompson says I should buy dimensional energy. I'm like, it's probably not a bad investment. Like it's pretty good actually.
For like
Especially if if you spend, it's definitely worth it.
For endgame, I think you should do it, because like the chance of you actually dropping something good in dimensional is way bigger than those refills in normal dungeons. So I would say that it's worth.
The big thing that I've kind of chalked it up to is like the reapt runes are so good, because like you can reapt something with crazy starting stats, right?
Yeah, that's pretty true. Ancient runes have been known to yield some crazy stuff, and we all know it takes forever to get the runes. So we have like insane amount of reaps for it, right?
Well, and also because you're not spending, you're not like, you can't buy reaps for it, right? So you're very, very careful with what you use them on. So you wait until you get like a perfect reap potential rune, right? You wait till you get that like 7-8% innate slot 5 will rune or something like that, and
slot
then
4,
you hit
slot
it,
6.
it's amazing.
10%
Yeah, you
back
hit
to
it.
innate.
It's so good.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess generalized thought process is rune rates have been buff. Yeah, we'll see how it is in the long term. If it's how buff, right? It could just be a very small percentage. Yeah, but making it better just makes us feel better, I guess, about farming it. Yeah, but all in all, I mean, it's a free-ish area of the game technically, right? Because you can't really buy that much energy, and it refills kind of slowly, right? You do like 100 like a week or something like that. I don't know how much energy you get in like 7 days, right? It's like what?
I know Stoic is super happy about it.
Yeah. Wait, why are you so happy about it, Stoic?
I don't know. I don't know why I said that. I have
Imagine,
no
like,
clue.
you have Ragdoll with like Vampire Nemesis, all ancient, right?
I'm actually waiting for a nice Nemesis rune.
And then also you have Artemil, like
Oh,
Despair, right? All ancient.
Same can go for you as well. I know you
I don't have
pointed
Ragdoll.
at me. Oh, come
Don't
on.
talk to me about Ragdoll.
Not yet. No.
Here we go.
I
again
mean,
with
I'm already
Ragdoll.
100 energy deep with the dimensional hole, and I think I've seen a lot more purple drops. But I mean, I have yet to receive a viable legendary drop. I've gotten flat legendaries, but I have yet to see a viable legendary. But
I've
purples
gotten
have
I've gotten some.
already
I've just gotten
reaps.
some, but they don't roll good, and they don't have innates, so I can't re-up it either.
I still have all 38 reaps.
Oh my god, really?
But the fact that you could like grind and enchant so much stats in it, even getting a purple rune is not so bad either.
True.
Yeah.
Because as you're farming for that other rune, you're getting those grinds. I mean, it's not that hard to get those purple grinds and stuff like that. I mean, it'll drop. It's just a matter
It's the
of time.
gems
though.
that are hard to get. The gems are hard to
Dude,
get.
I don't even have any gems, bro. I don't have any like legend gems, or I don't even know if I have any purples. I gotta look. Any
I
viable
think I
ones.
got a legend despair HP gem and a legend HP despair grind. I'm like waiting for the perfect.
But you're never gonna use it. It's gonna take you like another like 6
Oh, I
years,
know.
6
It's gonna
months,
take forever,
or like
but
1 year. Yeah.
But when I get that rune, that's like crit rate slot 4, 24 speed. I'm gonna hit that with like 25%
When you get it,
HP.
I know. And even when you use it, you feel a little insecure because what if it's like 21 speed, or whatever.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's gonna
man.
flash back to this podcast like 7 years from now. Finally.
That goes back to Conquest having to upgrade the grindstones and enchant storage, or you just keep it separate, like enchants being enchants, grindstones
Yeah, that
being
would be
grindstones.
Yep, that would be huge, actually.
Yeah, because like people like Tyler will have like enchants in his inventory he will never use for like a year.
Yeah, the ancient ones are really. It's gonna take a while to use them for the ancient ones. So you need to give us.
Do
more
you
space.
think they're gonna buff boxes again for the amount of gems and grinds you can hold?
So what we kind of speculated, DGKJK was the one who brought it up a long time ago when he was on the podcast, was making it kind of like Rainbow
building,
Wand
right?
storage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right now, how it's like a Rainbow Wand storage, a building or something like that, where it stacks. Because why do we need to see each individual grind? They're all the same of that same grind, right? So they should be able to be stacked, and that would be quite interesting to see how they would do it. I don't know if they'll make a building for it though, but I mean, just some way to
They don't
stack
need
it.
to. Just separate it
That'd
out
be
of the inventory.
Yeah. I mean, actually, it could still be in the inventory, but it just says violent HP violent, and then HP percents X7, X3, X whatever. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to show all of them, which takes up so much space potentially, right? So yeah, we definitely need the grind space. All right, moving on to the second part of the update, the guild update. So I'm not exactly fully understanding it. Do you guys fully understand that guild update and the implications of it? Of how like people are saying the amount of towers and stuff don't matter anymore or something like that. You get like a set amount of points for winning or something like that. This question is based for everybody except for Thompson, since he probably won't be responding about guild content.
I have a rough idea.
Okay.
Kind of explain. So the buff is really notable for a couple things. One, if you are not active in every single guild wars, you get a lot of rewards, because when you win a war, you get a fair amount more, you get a fair amount more rewards. So if you're not active in every single guild wars, you get a lot of rewards. Because when you win a war, you get a fair amount more rewards. Because when you win a war, you get a fair amount more rewards. So if you're not active in every single guild wars, you get a fair amount more rewards. Because when you win a war, you get a fair amount more rewards. Because when you win a war, you get a fair amount more rewards. Because when you win a war, you get a fair amount more rewards. Because when you win a war, you get a fair amount more rewards. Because when you win a war, you get a fair amount more rewards. Because when you win a war, you get a fair amount more rewards. Because when you win a war, you get a fair amount more rewards. Because when you win a war, you get a fair amount more rewards. Because when you win a war, you get a fair amount more rewards. Because when you win a war, you get a fair amount more rewards. Because when you win a war, you get a guild points. So for example, if you're only a siege player, or you are only like a lab and you do guild wars like half the week or something, you're gonna get way more guild points than you used to, and that's because every guild battle won, you get a lot more. Before it was if you win, you get +10, right?
Yeah.
Now it's based, you get like 50, 40, 30, depending on what rank you're currently in.
What do you get if you lose? Just
You don't get any bonus. You don't get bonuses for
you
losing.
get nothing for losing. Damn.
Well, you get whatever based from attacking, but you don't get the extra bonus for winning at the end.
Oh yeah, that's right. You don't get anything at all. Huh. So is that going to make more people lazy then?
No, I don't think so. I think it
so?
will allow people to be more comfortable sharing Guild Wars attacks. A lot of people that like want to play and be really efficient force themselves to do 12 Guild Wars a week, and not everyone has time for that, especially if you're in a guild where you do like, let's say 4 or 5 on the Saturday. So if you're in those situations, it's going to be a lot more beneficial for you to be like, you know what, I'm going to do Guild Wars midweek. I'll be on defense, and then someone can take over my swords for the last half of the week, and you still get like way more GP than you used to.
Okay. And did
Right.
They were talking about changing up the order of the rankings. Did that go live? Like, because it's based upon your last week's arena ranking, what plus you are, right? +3, +2, +1.
Yeah, so they changed that to activity point base. So
Okay.
however, like the highest activity points will be your highest towers. Before, it used to be whatever your arena rank finish was. Like, so if you finished G3, you were probably a +3 and the top, like the first or second tower. And then it would just scale down. So people would just not do arena and then be like F3 and be like a trap tower. Now it's just based on your activity points, which includes your siege, your guild wars, your lab, and I think your check-in activity.
The guild contribution overall, I believe, is how they worded it.
No contribution overall to the guild, right?
It's based on the new activity point system that they added.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, the old system didn't really make sense with Arena, but it actually kind of made sense. It's just that long since they revamped it, right? Because back in the day, Guild Wars was new. There was only one thing to base your rank on, right? At that time.
We talked about this last week, and they changed it. Remember, we were talking
Did
about
we?
like
Okay, they
renamed it to about like Guild War, the defense towers being like doesn't matter, like it just goes by your rank.
Oh yeah, I think I
In
remember
Arena.
us talking about that. Kind of, yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think we were talking about activity points last week as well. Yeah, so that's a good quality of life change. You know what I mean? I think that's great. And this second portion that we're just that Tyler's talking about being able to get a set amount of points, does actually make it so that you don't have to go by a rule of a +6 rule. You know what I mean? Which really allows your guild to maybe strategize a little bit better without having to worry about the detriments of not gaining bonus points. Right? You guys can focus on beating the guild instead of focusing on going, hey, there's gonna be that selfish people in the guild where they're just like, I want to get my points, so I'm gonna hit this guy who's kind of low, but instead of this full tower over here, that would be more beneficial for the guild, right? So that's nice.
How's that going to affect farming guilds?
Oh,
It's gonna make it easier for farming guilds. It's gonna make it easier for newer players. Every new player will be able to streamline the process of getting both. Okay, I guess this ties back in. So a couple weeks ago, we talked about how the amount of GP we get in a guild is not really that worth it, because I said I was going to do achievement farming, which yields higher GP than like a farming guild at perfect max. So the reason that this is so beneficial to everyone is because now you'll be able to purchase more things in the shop every single week. It'll be a lot easier to get the same amount of GP as before. So let's say you had a perfect week, and then now we have the new system. You guys lost like 4 or 5 wars. You're probably still going to get more than you would have before. So there's this huge boost to the amount of GP you can actually gain, which allows people to purchase more things in the shop. So for endgame players, that's going to be, capping out those 9th, 10 levels on your towers, buying more scrolls. For early game players, it's going to be getting your Ifrit pieces, a Rainbow Mon, and then maybe a scroll, or working towards towers over time. It basically just allows everyone to have more flexibility with the guild shop, right? People might actually be able to buy those rune boxes now.
dude, it's pretty crazy, man. Like the amount of like resources they're giving us is like exceedingly like high week by week by week, man. They're giving us a lot. I mean, it's great, but nobody
they're not
sees the
giving us,
implications.
They're not giving us any resources that break the game, right? They're giving us resources that are just very low quality of life things. So giving us more guild points just means, okay, you get a couple more scrolls every week. Or for the early game players, it's like, okay, you can actually progress faster. You get those Ifrits faster.
That's huge, though, dude.
If you miss a couple guild wars, you're not screwed out of the whole week. For us, it makes no difference. It only really makes a big difference in the early game, which is what's important about it, right?
I mean, it does make a difference for us. More scrolls, right? More scrolls.
It's such a negligible amount of scrolls for like what you'd actually be trying to get.
Go ahead, Stork.
No, I think it's more motivation for players that actually want to progress in Guild Wars, or to actually, compete in Guild Wars, and not just be like, I'm going to join a farming guild and then do nothing and, get your Guild Wars swords like over and done with. I feel like they want to actually do more. And I feel like you have to hit higher, because if you hit lower, it's not by arena ranking, because we can look at this guy up here, Thompson. You go in Guild Wars and he's going to be on the way other side. He's not going to be a +3, +2, +1. He's now, because his contribution's up there, because he has to do his stuff. He's going to be up there in the 3-2s. You know what I mean?
So
now, if you want to get those points, you got to fight Thompson for him. You know what I mean?
Conversely to that, though, it also allows players who do want to be casual to get more rewards overall. So it's not just like a boost to people who want to be more competitive and push them into that competitive nature. It's just an overall good change.
I think every scroll is impactful, man. People don't give Comptos credit for it, dude. Like, the one implication that I've seen recently is just the amount of like LD pieces that we can collect now and get. Yeah, just like I'm just saying, if like somebody wanted to get it through Arena and Guild Wars, that one extra piece that you get every single day, and of course the monthly one you get a month in TOA, dude, I've been seeing exceedingly higher amounts of LD Nat 5s being summoned by other people in chats, man, just from a couple scrolls. You think about it, if they give everybody, like in the course of like say a 1 year, like what is that, 6 more scrolls or 7 more scrolls? Do you know how much LD Nat 5s are actually being put into the ecosystem just through that? So the same implication is happening through like Guild War points and us getting, scrolls, right? Extra Mystic Scrolls. We might just get a couple more a week, right? But in the course of a year and of course of the community of players, that's so much Nat 5s literally potentially being put out there, which is kind of insane. Yeah.
Yeah. It supplements the fact that they doubled the shop refresh, the ancient crystal shop refresh a couple months ago, right?
Exactly. That too. Yeah. That too.
So that people can actually have that as an option, right? There's a lot of people who don't spend, who just will never be able to make purchases in there, right? Unless they get really lucky. But this gives them a better avenue towards getting that currency. Like I'm not trying to like sound negative or anything. I just want to put it into like a more realistic perspective.
Wait, what? Wait, say it. What do you mean?
I'm not trying to sound like negative when I say like it's not really that big of a deal and it's kind of negligible. It's my like realistic perspective on it.
I think it's a big deal. I think it's a big deal. These little things that they've been doing, like if you look at the course of last year, dude, it all adds up. It's just so much more resources to play the game, man. It's insane. I always put myself in the shoe of a person just getting in the game or a casual player, because that's what the majority of the player base is, and that's what keeps, in my opinion, actually what keeps the foundation of the game, going, is those players. So anything like that, that's like big.
That's kind of why I separate my opinions on it. Like when I talk about the topic at hand, it's like, okay, for early game players, this is really huge.
Right.
For us at the end game, like it's just a nice quality of life change.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to like blanket statement that when there's two very different perspectives on it that come from different sides, right? We've done both of them. We've been both of them for a long time, so we kind of know and understand that. I would say, however, that this is probably the top 5 best update in the game.
I would put it definitely up there.
I would put it at number 3, maybe.
Yeah, they've been doing some real good ones this year. I mean, it's really nice. But all right, great quality of life changes and changes to the Dimension Hole and Guild update. Yeah, really, really solid. Hopefully we see more changes, right? And quality of life things from you come to us. And hopefully we can give more suggestions for you as well to make those happen. I'm going to move on to topic number 2 here. Something a little bit more that we want to talk about, which is coming up next week. Yeah, SWC Finals. Yeah, in Paris, October 26th. Yeah, we're going to talk about some of our predictions. We're going to talk about the event in general. Just a quick shout out as well to Comptuous. Comptuous has invited me to go to this Paris finals. I will be leaving next week. So just an announcement. I'm actually going to move next week's podcast because I'm leaving on Tuesday. I'm moving it to a Monday. So of course, I'll talk to you, Thompson, and everybody else. And we'll get a group that is available to join the podcast on Monday next week. So we still got a podcast that week prior to me leaving.
Oh, cool. Monday I'm in. Tuesday I'm out.
Okay, so you're same like me then. Okay, so Monday podcast is okay with you then.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah, Monday same time. Okay, but yeah, what are your thoughts on some of those finals? Are you going? And predictions. This is a big topic. We can talk about a lot of things here. A lot of different.
I think everyone here is going except for me, right? Because you're going as well,
Yeah.
Bobo, right?
Yeah.
Take pictures.
Why are you not going, Tyler?
Why am I not going? I have somewhere I need to go on Monday.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
be gone for the whole week.
Oh, I see. Okay, but yeah, I will also
I'm so
vlog.
curious.
I will also vlog the experience, so you guys can see it
What
through
is
my
more
eyes.
important than supporting your friend here?
Yeah.
Family.
True.
Hard choice
Actually
for that.
true.
Like,
with
I'd
you,
love to
man.
come and support you, but family kind of takes precedence.
True. All right, so everybody else is gonna be here. Hope you guys are excited for it. What are your predictions? Because as we know, there is a new event that's out, right? Like you have to like kind of predict who is gonna win, right? So what are your predictions? Yeah, what is the winning predictions, guys? Yeah, to get these
Let me
rewards.
say, before anyone vote me, I just want to say, Judas beat Diligent in Group C.
Judas also has a ragdoll.
No,
And I also
no, you
wanna
bet on
say this,
Thompson against the Judas.
And
You bet on Thompson.
anyone that watch SWC, the only time Judas lose is when he doesn't have a ragdoll or someone picks his ragdoll. Any other time he wins.
Number one ragdoll ban right here. He bans it every time.
Anyone that tells me, like, I have someone in my guild, I find it kind of irritating. He goes on my guild chat, and I think his name is Vu. He's like a Vietnamese guy, and he actually beat Judas in the group stage. But he goes in our guild chat and goes, "Oh, I think Judas is really easy because But Vu has ragdoll as well. How about you don't have ragdoll and tell me Judas is really easy?
So wait, what does Judas have? He has.
Judas has ragdoll.
That's it though. Does he have any other ones?
He has a few
Julian.
other ones too, but ragdoll is the big deal.
Wait, not these?
No.
Yes, Julian Vivashel, right? Yes,
I mean that's still
He
big.
is-
Vivachel's still
He
big.
likes the Ganea Thor Vivishel team.
Yeah, you probably won't see
And
the
Ganea
Julian,
Thor
but
Julian team.
But I do think that Judas is like objectively the weakest in the tournament. I would say so.
oh, easy. All right, I'm putting Thompson. Okay. We're gonna dissect each and every one of these. I'm putting Thompson as the prediction
if I
here.
bet on you, it would be like 95-5.
95-5. I'm definitely putting
Ever
Thompson.
in your life, put someone at 95%. There's no
95.
way. That just doesn't exist.
Oh, Babo, do you know?
Did you watch like Asian?
Do you know what
regional?
percent Violins are, sir?
True.
I did watch Asia Cup.
Judas would need a lot of violent to ever.
Whoa, wait. Judas? Did you watch Asia Cup, oh, Babo?
Yeah, I did. I
The
watched it.
only time he lost was when he didn't get ragdoll, right?
Yeah, but like if you watch the matches and how we actually picked and played,
He actually
then
got
I would
lucky
be
in a whole
confident
bunch of them.
over you.
Come on.
Obama's right. He luck sacked a couple of those matches that were like really important for him to keep going too. He didn't play well. That's the thing. Like he has good runes and good monsters, but
And thing
he
is,
made mistakes and got lucky.
yeah, like
Okay,
Judas wasn't even supposed to be there. I think he was like a reserve as well.
Oh,
But
Ooh.
okay,
Replacement
I'll help you.
Asia
I'll help you,
Cup?
Thompson. I'll help you,
there's a
Thompson.
prerequisite for Asia Cup. You at least need like 3 like L&D Nat 5. Asia Cup is kind of like the NBA.
You have 3. You have 3. You have 4,
Oh
don't you?
no, like 3 like good ones. But Asia
you
Cup
have
is
3
like
good ones?
NBA, right? If Diligent and Llama's not there, Judas would be number 1 in the NBA.
All right. You have Nephthys, Artemil, and
Nah.
Gianna. Are you telling me you're not
Thing is-
like qualified for Asia Cup?
You're in the NBA as well, sir. You're a veteran in the
I'm a
NBA,
rookie.
sir.
I'm from
I
the
think,
college.
I think you're like a first round draft here, sir.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, okay, let's not talk about Europe now, okay? I'm not saying Europe is bad, but I'm just saying Europe is something else.
Wait, it doesn't work that way.
Europe's gonna have it. Thompson's gonna land there, and the first person he's gonna meet is Rothus and Boss, and they're
Just
gonna be
Rothus and
He's
Boss.
gonna get
I see.
wrecked.
I see. Nice to meet you, Thompson.
Well, Rothus said in his video that he wants to play against me, but he will never have a chance to play against me.
Ooh. Okay, wait.
Well, 'cause he's
So
not on
I
their
will.
side.
I will say.
Everyone is
Go
sleeping
ahead.
on Rosseth, but Rosseth can easily beat Tree.
I will say
Okay.
this. So any player that we're gonna predict right now and talk about, right, and we think
Oh,
is the underdog,
God.
is actually we have to consider that because they're an underdog, if we make them feel like an underdog, they will actually gain an advantage because they assume there's nothing to be expected from them, right? They're just gonna go all out. But on the other hand, right, I think there are players that the advantage as well for some of these players like Thompson against some of these players like Judas is that they played in front of a live stage. And not just once, but many times in the past. So you have a lot of stage presence and you have a lot of experience. Where Judas, right, he's going to be coming onto stage and he's going to have, like, I don't know how big the venue is, but several hundred people watching him. That's a big factor on picking and banning and choosing your skills and actually playing when you're actually nervous. It's huge, right?
Do you want to hear a big factor?
Yep.
A big factor is
Ragdoll.
that
Gianna.
Obabo
Oh.
feels that Razis will beat Tree. Easy. And another big factor is that Obabo feels like I will beat Judas easy. You see the factor?
I mean, Roseth versus Tree won't be easy, but you versus Judas will be easy.
No,
That's
Obabo,
helpful.
you're wrong, man. God, I can't believe I snapped.
Okay, Thompson.
Hi.
What do you think is gonna happen?
What do I think is going to happen?
Well, what is your win percentage against Judas? You obviously know you have an advantage.
0%. I never beat him.
You played him before?
Never.
You've never played him before.
No.
And you
That's gonna
don't
be a
think he's going to
smart
beat
match.
So you already have an advantage on him that he's never even played against you. He only knows what you have. He's never played against you to see how you draft.
I'll tell you what. I've came to a conclusion that Ragdoll has a few counters. And it's like Yang Hong, Tian Liang, and
Lauren.
Viva Chell. All the monsters that I do
Lauren.
not have. What the heck?
Well, if you think about it, if you play your cards right, you only have to play Ragdoll once. And at the same thing, if you happen to lose to Ragdoll, you will get to play against 2 matches without Ragdoll by pre-banning on the first one.
No, I have to play Ragdoll like 9 times.
Assuming that but if you're banning it first, you can always either ban it twice or 3 times out of a best of 3 or 5.
I'm not assuming Boss is not going to be diligent, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to play against a Ragdoll if I have to beat a Ragdoll. So just Ragdoll.
Okay, so you will get progressively good experience versus Ragdoll. Excellent. I'm all in on you, Thompson.
Like, I know a lot of people tell me, like, Thompson, my advice for you is just to ban Ragdoll. But I can't ban Ragdoll, like, all 9 games, right? Or all, like,
why can't
15
you?
games I play.
You could ban it for more than half of them at least.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I'll just, like Ganea Hawthorne through. I just sit there, right?
Well,
And there are some pretty good
pick one,
counters
wouldn't you?
to
You can pick one.
Ragdoll. You can just kill
Would
it.
you
like
actually
that.
let it through, or would you take
Okay.
one every single time?
There are good counters. I already took crit rate off all my monsters. I don't know what else I could do, but I still lose to Ragdoll.
No, but if you use units that doesn't need to crit, like Molong won't ever crit.
Yeah, I heard that's a good unit.
Molong is very nice versus.
Yeah,
the
Molong
one
is like one of the best.
Yeah, he is. I heard
And
about
also,
that.
if they like lack damage, you can even just use Harmonia as a counter or Elucia, and you win.
Lucia is so nice. Holy.
But
You're
yeah,
telling
but
me to
like these
use
are free to play
Molong
units.
and
So
Harmonia.
Thompson is already not gonna do it since it's free to play.
Well, the Lucia is actually a good pick. The Molong
Lucia is
Harmonia
really
is
good.
very, very niche and will only work versus certain people.
I wasn't saying to always go like both Molong and Harmonia, but both of them are like good options.
How do
They
you
don't have
pick
to pair them.
Lucia into, like, let's just say Josephine Viva Chell?
You don't pick it into a
You pick
Josephine
Ganea.
Vision. You
Pick
pick
Ganea
something
first.
else.
He's gonna go Josephine Viva Chell Ragdoll, right? Or something.
How are you
Ganea
letting him
first.
have all this? What are you pre-banning? A slime?
okay.
Jesus.
It's saying the
Picking
monster.
all that,
Okay, all right.
Are you giving
Okay,
him
all right,
Thor and you first pick
Let's
the
go back
Ganea?
on the subject that predictions. Let's just talk about predictions.
Okay. So Thompson versus Judas. It looks like we have a general consensus. Thompson. Sounds good. That's the only wrong prediction there. Yeah, because an opinion can be wrong. Okay. Second one here. Diligent and is it Boss? How do you pronounce it?
It's boss.
Boss. Yeah.
Boss.
Diligent and Boss. What are their strengths? And who do you think will win through there?
Diligent
I feel like
has
that's a
stronger
good
runes in
match.
every aspect.
What's that?
Diligence account is better in every aspect. Runes, monsters, everything. It's terrifying.
Yeah, that I was expecting that. I've been hearing about that. Oh, some people are saying Boss in chat though. Okay. Interesting. Boss,
Diligent
easy
played
win.
great. I don't see why anybody would knock Diligent. I feel like Diligent can definitely beat Boss.
Hmm.
No reason. He
is
showed
going to
his only match
100%
lost.
Beat Boss.
Hold on. His only match lost, was it not Lucky Madman down in the prelims back in Asia?
Who?
Like Dave has a big brain,
Ooh.
No, it wasn't the
Dave-
only match,
Dave
but
is
it was
big
like
brain.
the closest.
but it's
Plus one.
diligent. Like you can have big brain, but you're still fighting diligent.
Hmm. What are your predictions of Bobo? I like to hear your predictions. What's your
Obabo's
prediction?
always wrong. Just
I
both
think if-
opposite of Obabo.
I want to
If
hear.
like if Boss can keep up his like godlike RNG on Ager, I think it's an easy win for Boss.
So it's an easy win if he gets lucky.
But Diligent is like the strongest player out of everyone at the tournament.
What?
But I would say that
Ooh.
Boss has a bigger Boss has a bigger chance against Diligent than Judas has against Thompson.
What?
That's
Oh,
what I would
get
say.
out of here! What happens when Boss? What happens when Boss picked Ager and then Diligent goes Tian Liang, Leona? What does Boss do? Boss,
Then you
do
have
not
Lauren.
pick Ager.
Then you have Lauren.
Tian Liang and Oh, okay.
That Lauren's gonna die so fast. It's gonna get defense break one shot.
Doesn't get one
Fair
shot,
enough.
dude. Okay, so
I
general
don't
consensus is
feel like
diligent,
that's
right?
because
General consensus is diligent. Okay,
Leon
I'm
is
doing my
fun.
predictions right now, man. I don't know about
give
you
it
guys in
diligent.
Then
chat.
you gotta pick Ager and Lauren. Right?
Yeah, you can. But Lauren
you
is better
probably
than
get your Lauren
Leon
banned.
anyways.
It's just
Okay.
tough. It's tough to be diligent.
The thing is, like, unless you're force banning the Leona every time, you have to pick 2 things that can deal with the Leona, right? So you
Yeah.
have to pick the Lauren, and you have because Ager doesn't do it well enough.
No.
Because if you miss that first strip, it just doesn't work at all, and you don't do anything. You'll never
gotta
do
go,
enough
like,
damage to break the
Sierra.
shield immediately. Otherwise, you're just
Sierra
instantly
Lauren.
gonna die. So it has to be Sierra or something like a Shiho or an Ethna or a Diana, right?
But the Sierra cannot have crit rate.
Exactly, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's a
The
little
Diana can't
weird.
be used because it has crit rate, and the Ethna can't be used because it has crit rate. Right?
Do I
There's
look
so
like
many
5
like
years
issues
older?
into this.
Because I've been stressing out. I've been stressed out.
No, you look good, Thompson.
I've
don't worry.
aged a lot.
You look exactly the same as last week, if not more handsome. You're
I
fine.
have
dude.
bags under my eye. My hairs are turning gray. Oh my god. This tournament.
It'll be fun though, dude. It'll be fun. It'll definitely
Fun
be
for you to watch, man.
You know, it'll be fun for you to play. You gotta come in with the fun mentality, man. You're too stressed out. You're gonna pick like a slime or something, man. You gotta relax.
You're gonna pick a Rauk, by the way.
Yeah, that's actually one of the nice things this time around because last time I couldn't really enjoy being there because of the tournament, but now I can just have fun.
Oh,
Do you
thanks.
remember that
But
one?
no,
Brian?
no,
That makes me feel really good. You're so.
Do you remember that one, Brian? Picking
What's
a
that?
Rauk by accident?
Wait, did he pick route by accident?
That's a really old meme.
No, I
You
don't
can't find the
remember.
unit, so you accidentally pick Rauk.
Did I do that? No.
No, that was YDCV at Mobile Masters.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. But I think he did
I
it on
almost thought that he
purpose
meant
as well.
me picking Rock because I used Rock as well in
Yeah.
SWC.
All right,
The-
prediction
I think
number
the
3.
worst
Oh,
one
go ahead.
was GLN2, right? With his Iris pick or something like that. No, it was
No, the worst one, like the worst one overall, I would say was Tigers draft against.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. that
No,
was-
the worst, one of the worst ones was Chuffles taking the wrong Sierra. That's also
Oh,
pretty bad.
that was bad. He picked an unruined
I
Sierra.
was the sole beneficiary. Can we not talk about that?
Oh, the worst one. Oh, is he in chat? Is he in chat? Hold on.
Couples?
Is he in chat?
I doubt
God
it.
damn it! Make a buzz on chat. The worst one is Thor with Iris.
Messed up, Brian.
Oh, that was making a
You
buzz
know,
a while ago.
he just pulled like either one of the units or something. I think that's what happened.
Yeah,
Like,
you
he
know,
just
but
pulled
in, like
Hathor.
in your head, I made the mistake as well. Thor and Iris,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I can strip, and then I can, but then you're like, oh wait a
And
minute.
sometimes you win like that.
Yeah.
Hathor Iris, because like you could do second move like once or something.
All right, next one, Rozith and Tree. Okay, I'm biased, and I don't care what anybody says. I'm just gonna say Tree. So I'm Tree. I don't know what you guys think. Rozith or Tree?
Tree's been
Tree
playing
has-
absolutely amazing, and he's the winner of the legendary tournament that just went by. No, last one.
He's
Tree
been
has
playing.
one
He's been playing pretty good this year. I feel like he's playing the best this year than any other year, in my opinion.
I think Diligent.
What?
Uh,
It's
like
Rozith
Diligent-
versus Tree. What?
Yeah,
What?
no, but
Bro!
Diligent has played, like Diligent has
Bro.
played and drafts.
Oh, you're just okay.
Drafted the most clean.
Oh, okay, so
So,
you're saying he's
okay,
playing the
okay,
best
okay.
this year. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
like he's
Gotcha.
the most hot coming in to this tournament.
I agree.
All right. So nobody has
But for
anything.
Rosset versus Tree, I would say that it's very close, but I would say Rosset. I mean, it's also my
Really?
guildie, so obviously I'm gonna root for
put-
Rosset. But it's actually
Tree's
closer
ready
than
for
60
him.
would think.
Wow, you're gonna
Tree's
root
so
for
ready for
Rosset, but what if he loses, man? You're really just gonna root for your guildie and not get 100,000 mana and 2 scrolls and crystals? Come on, dude. Wow,
No, but I
that's
still
true
think
guild
that
love right there.
Rosset has a small edge, even though it's just small.
That's
I'm
not-
gonna put.
Okay.
Can you tell me about your
No, I
logical
can't say
assumption?
exactly why because
Okay,
I'm
fine.
not really, like giving out stuff.
Okay, fine.
But I know.
Has he been watching my matches against Tree? Is that what happened? Am I his muse?
I would assume so. I would assume so.
Oh, but there's one thing. Tree actually has like 2 or 3 things that he told me that were super, super good that he didn't pull out because he didn't pull it out he didn't see the right opportunities that he could pull out against Rozit. Yeah, and I think it's things that I don't think he's shared with anybody else at all. Because I got some time to talk to him and it was pretty damn interesting, man. Like people won't see those things coming. So I'm actually interested to see if he's gonna be able to pull it out at the finals. Yep.
I think Rosseth plays well. However, I think Tree prepares for his opponents better than anybody else does.
Oh,
in
yeah.
terms of like information and testing playstyles and opportunities to try different things. He's very, very good at picking against specific players. So even with his record on ladder, like right, he plays really well on ladder. He still does very, very well in tournaments. He plays pretty clean for the most part.
I'm actually not too sure. I mean, Tree, like Tree is really, really good.
The thing is, Tree doesn't pick everything like everyone else does. Everyone else picks all of their options. Tree never does that. He picks like 2/3 of his options and leaves a lot of really good pocket picks.
Yeah, his drafts are always very different.
In America,
that's
he did not pick like 3 or 4 of his best units.
Go ahead, Obama.
I think that's dumb of him because like I feel like a lot of his series were very close in Americas. Like
That's true.
And it's stupid to like hold back your options when it's that close of series. Like that's why I'm not too crazy about how he prepared for his opponents. Because against Topa it was like just a coin toss if he would go through.
Rika, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I mean, he was fighting Michael Yan, right?
Michael Yan, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't as close as the Topa one, but Michael Yan still got some decent games against them. And was like kind of
Water Fairy went crazy on Michael.
Yeah, the
Yan,
Water Fairy June and stuff, which feels like he would be prepared for, considering that he has Nephthys and all that. But still, he lost to a setup like that. So I'm not too sure.
Interesting.
But he's still a really, really strong player.
I think the closest match is the next one, though.
I think Tree definitely does prepare though a lot, and he actually prepares. And would it be fair to say he prepares himself for those opportunities where if he does get those procs by bringing in those units, it's literally gonna be game changing. You know what I mean? He just needs like that one opportunity, which he sets up for. It's 22% chance every single time that the unit moves, which people don't keep forgetting. I think people just say 22% chance when it actually happens, but they don't consider every move.
Even Cynos, he got lucky with like the Fran procs.
And,
It's not about like the 22% chance and stuff like that. I feel like, like the proc against Faint Memory was pretty big, right? With the friends.
That's not Tree's fault though. That's a Fate Man problem, man. That guy got 0 luck, man. I don't know what the hell he did this year, but he burned all his luck this year, bro. I don't know what the hell he did. He had 0 luck, bro. All right, last match. Llama. That's all I'm gonna say.
I voted List.
Really? You really don't want mana, and you really don't want crystals or scrolls or lava.
Vote for?
I actually also voted Lest. I voted Lest as well.
Really? Okay, let's talk about it. What are the strengths and why do you think that?
I think Llama has better unit pool, but I think Lest plays cleaner.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the same. I think Llama, like his drafts and what he has picked is like next to Judas. Like I don't know, the Asian Cup was weird for me. I feel like a lot of the picks and drafts were questionable. And also, it's mostly from like ladder experience. Like when I'm fighting Llama, I don't feel like he's like most of the time he's not putting up good drafts.
What happened to the tournament experience?
That's when he's like, that's when he's
Llama
calm.
has that tournament experience.
Tournament experience can go either way because you can also just remember yourself choking.
Nah, but I would say more times than not, tournament experience is a huge advantage. All my predictions, I'm gonna say right now, all my predictions except for Diligent and Boss, because I mean it's just the first year, right? Have all been players that have been played before, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it's actually a huge advantage knowing what to expect, right? You're gonna see people you've talked to, you've hung out with. You're gonna feel more relaxed in that atmosphere and environment. I feel than these other players that are coming in like, okay, this is my tournament, man, $100,000. This is something I can win. They're gonna be way more nervous, dude. I've never been to a Summoners War event before. This is first time live crowd.
Diligent, Llama, and Judas lifestyle. You think the prize money? They're not even worried about that prize money.
It's not the money, but being on stage, dude. Being on stage is nerve-wracking, man. I don't care how rich you are. If you're not on stage and you haven't been in public, you're gonna be nervous. No matter how rich you are. But the money doesn't. Yeah. So I'm definitely giving all of my props.
Players with experience. I've been carefully studying Judas, and I know he has money.
wait, what does that mean?
I watched through a whole YouTube video of him. They filmed him at his house doing like in Thailand, in Thai. Yeah, he showed like his whole binder of magic cards and like his lifestyle. Cool. This guy's pretty cool. Yeah.
Damn, but he's not like what's his name? Tomato though, right? I think Tomato's probably one of the richest players.
I don't know, man. he lived life pretty well. Yeah.
Oh, really? Damn. Okay.
But come on, man. He got like, look at his LD units. But yeah, Llama. I think Llama will get it, but Llama is really reliant on Ragdoll too, so that's another problem. Yeah, he's most reliant on Ragdoll out of all the players that's playing right now.
Yeah, I feel like Lam is very stubborn with his draft.
Which could
That's
work
his
though.
issue.
I mean, if you do, I mean, well, you know, this comes down to if you do something and it works. I mean, why change it, right? As well as, you know, if it works for you, just keep hitting it, and you know,
Yeah,
most
but it's
likely
just-
you
I
have
feel like-
success rate.
Because in the Asian regional, I feel like no one really tried to contest and like counter his draft. So now when he's up in another tournament and people actually draft against him, then it's gonna be way harder for him.
I don't think they have to. They just pick like Ragdoll and double immunity and like 2 counter units, and that's their game plan. It's kind of
Yeah, and I feel like that's abusable.
You know what's
Like that's not a good game plan.
you know
I
what's
think
kind of
it's
nice as well.
pretty
If you're very one-dimensional on like your picks and bans and drafts, and you keep constantly doing it, doesn't it mean that if he's just gonna draft the same thing and people are predicting it, people are just gonna bring in the counters that he's very very used to already playing against and drafting against? He's literally giving you like a mind game there, because you're like, okay, I expect you to play this, and he does play it, and then he drafts against you accordingly, because let's be real, he's done that draft more times than not, and he's drafted against counters more times than not. So maybe in that way it kind of sways it to him too, in essence, right?
Yeah, that is true. But
Yeah.
the thing is, the reason why I don't like take that into account that much is because since I've faced him so many times on ladder, because we're queuing at like oftentimes at the same time.
What time is it? Let me know so I could be part of the action.
It's like 2 hours before now.
Thank you.
Oh, he can queue that.
But yeah, and I don't feel his record against me lately hasn't been that good with the way he's drafting.
I
That was
see.
I'll tell you what though, a lot of times people are maybe he's like messing around with some of the new stuff, Like I have not been banning Ragdoll. I've been just messing around playing with like a whole bunch of weird monsters and trying.
Yeah, but
different stuff.
I don't mean like now in Special League. Like it's been ongoing, like for the last couple of seasons.
Oh, I see it from the when you're actually doing the regular ladder, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's very very interesting. Okay, last predictions here. Who do you think is gonna win it all? Yeah, let's go straight to that. We went through kind of the prelims on who do we think, the advantages, disadvantages. Hopefully it helps you guys, if you guys are watching this, right, to kind of make your predictions as well, from our opinions, I guess you could say. Who do you think is gonna win it all though?
This is the year we don't see Asia Cup take it home. It's definitely going to be European or global. This is our best chance. And I
think so?
Really? You think so?
Global. I think so.
Okay.
I think global can take it home.
You heard that, Thompson? I mean, you heard that, Tree? I mean, you heard that, Thompson?
You really want to say that it's not that Asia doesn't have the potential when Diligence on the board?
Yeah.
That's really ballsy to say.
I know Diligent's strong. I know there's a lot of hype, but I will say one thing. I'm predicting it. Okay. I hope he's not watching. He's gonna choke. He's gonna choke, dude. He's gonna choke hard, dude. The players are gonna choke hard this year, dude. And that's gonna.
He's gonna
I hope they
choke,
don't
but then
though.
it's gonna be LDs with insane runes and he still wins.
You might be right.
That's my prediction.
You might be right.
I mean, the thing I'm the most torn on is like whether or not Thompson can be Diligent. Do you think he can be Diligent?
No.
He doesn't
See,
think he can
that's
beat
my
everybody.
point.
Stop asking him.
No, but I mean, realistically, like
Thompson thinks that he can't beat Judas.
everyone here knows Thompson has like probably some of the best runes on global servers and some of the best runes on all servers.
And the best Ager,
Diligent
self-proclaimed.
is also really good, so it's a very hard toss up.
Yeah. It's going to come down to your drafts, man. Who drafts better, honestly. Honestly, and of course procs. That's what it comes down to, because sometimes there's different levels of gauge, right? You gauge like player experience, rune quality, draft, and stuff. But I think I think in terms of like rune quality, you guys are it's high, man. It's high, dude. So go down to your drafts. But it's okay. First focus on Judas, bro. First focus on Judas,
The
okay?
thing
Because
is, like the hard part is like what's good against Judas is not good against Diligent. What's good against Diligent is not good against Judas. So it's a really hard match for me. So I'm obviously gonna pay attention and beat and try to focus on Judas. But by the time I get to Diligent, unless like I'm a re-ruin wizard, it's gonna be tough to beat Diligent, because I'll be so
preset
prepared
all
for
your rune
Judas.
builds.
I mean, you can write it
Preset all your
down.
rune builds and like
Yeah.
laminate cards, so you just
Yeah,
know
that's just like I'm just gonna fuck myself like that. So I'm not good at fucking
it's gonna
myself.
be way too stressful, I think.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like almost everyone re-runed between matches. in SWCU.
Oh, did you guys?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
And
between
Lucky
sets.
God fucked himself, right?
Yeah, Lucky Q. His Amelia was unruined and he picked it.
Yeah.
But that's another Shuffles one. But that wasn't even like his second Amelia. That was just that he didn't have it ruined.
Rip.
Even worse.
Yeah.
All right, so my prediction is, because I'm biased, I want Tree to win as well. Tree. I want Tree to win. I don't care. And I
whole
feel
thing?
it's gonna happen. Yeah, it's gonna win the whole thing, dude. It's gonna go all the way to that. Or at least go up there and battle you guys, and then, you know, coin flip, you know what I'm saying? But I want to see it. I want to see Tree make it, man. This is his year. He's wins a legend tournament. Yeah, he's made it to Paris, and he's gonna try to win it all, dude.
I think I don't know if I could say this, but all right, I'm just gonna say it. I think as the last standing Korean left on the field, a lot of procs will favor him.
Well, you've been hanging out with Y-Cuz too much, bro. You need to stop hanging out with Y-Cuz, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Y-Cuz always says that, dude. Yeah, what's his name? Yeah, BT is the Korean child. Yeah, so they give him all the props. Yeah, and then now you're saying this too. Okay.
Young Hong.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I mean,
okay.
it has been pretty true so far.
Thank you, Obabo. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see.
But
well,
look, just look how the brackets were.
Yeah. You always say this.
Look at how
Oh,
the
they have the
brackets work.
easy one. I have the hard one. Every time, dude. This bracket is hard no matter where you go, bro. Yeah, this is decently hard bracket.
Okay, fine. Say whatever you want to say. Fine.
But honestly, you're
I have to play against all the ragdolls in the world.
Well, it's because everyone has a ragdoll.
your statement does help me though, because I did say that Tree is gonna win, right? And you're saying that he's gonna get proc. So I mean, it does favor my opinion
Yes.
on Tree's gonna win.
I was
so
agreeing with you.
yeah,
Yes.
okay, fair enough, fair enough. Cool.
Yeah, like if I were to bet all my money, I would bet on Diligent. But I'm hoping to see like Roseth against either Thompson or Boss in the finals.
Oh, thank
Wait,
you.
wait, wait.
That would be nice.
Wait. You just said you
What's an
bet all
EU
you,
final?
you
Oh
bet
my
all
God.
your money on Diligent, but then you want to see Roseth versus Thompson
Yeah,
in the
like,
finals, meaning that Diligent would
would.
lose to Thompson. Wait, hold on. You know my money now, bro.
I get what you're
I
saying.
mean,
You
I
math
think-
pog.
Diligent is the most logical choice. Because
Diligent
like
is the
he has
most
so much,
logical.
he has so many of all the like LD exclusive
Let's not
counters.
even talk about who's gonna win. Who do you think is gonna? You think West Side's gonna win? West Side, as in Thompson, Diligent, West Side, or East Side, Tree, Llama?
Ah, okay, that's a little bit
West
easier.
side.
West side. Wait, but I mean, my favorite Tree though, which is
West
East, but West side.
Everyone
Side.
knows which bracket is harder. Okay.
I feel like both brackets are.
Yeah, but the bracket on the left
much
side,
as
the
hard.
West side is hard because you're in it. What do you mean?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, come on.
But
The
I
thing
feel
that's
like
crazy about-
West Side is more top heavy, but also has like lower lows.
Okay, yeah.
You
Well,
just, you just think Judas sucks. That's what it is. you just think everyone's
Like,
here and Judas is like here.
Did you
Like,
guys
off
watch
the screen low?
No, but
Top
the
heavy.
thing is,
It's just one person.
Okay, so if I say this, I would
Judas
like
is a
create-
lot slower than Obabo. That's why.
True.
Mm.
So that's all. But anyway, Judas beat Diligent in Group C.
Mm.
Did he?
Yes.
I don't remember that. I'm sure Thompson knows what he's talking about.
He
But I'm just saying,
2-1
I don't
him
remember that.
in Group C.
Mm. Interesting.
He's good. He's really good. The only time he loses is when you take care of his ragdoll, and I don't know how to take care of a ragdoll.
Mm. Oh, Baba, you were gonna say something. You saying I'm gonna say this.
But yeah, I was also gonna say that it's not only Judas, but like I would weigh Roseth over Boss and also Llama over Judas.
Llama's better
Llama
than
over
Judas.
Judas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I would say that it's kind of even in the brackets.
All right. Fair enough.
But Diligent's better than Llama.
Yeah, Diligence is better than Llama, and you are
Yeah.
better than Tree.
All right. But Joel's better than Tree though. God damn it! No biters. No biters. God damn it.
Wait.
Joe Mama. Okay. Fuck. All right. Moving on. Yeah. Moving on to the next topic. Yeah. Moving on to the next topic. Yeah. So some good SWC finals
Actually,
predictions.
one last thing.
Hopefully. Huh? Okay.
Yeah. The last thing I want to say is that even though we can talk about who we think is going to win and who has a higher percentage over everyone else,
Mm.
it's crazy to think about the difference between the rune quality average at this tournament versus like any rune quality average, like for like, let's say if you look at only Americas or only EU or only Asia Pacific or only like the Korea one, like it's crazy to see the difference in strength. It's like it's a huge gap.
Yeah, like this is all like a lot tighter, I would say.
Because when we see like the prelims, like those are good players, right? We see the cups, like those are really good players, and then we see the finals. It's like these guys are so far ahead of everyone else. I will never catch up. I will never reach that point ever.
Not with that attitude.
Tyler. Just summon a ragdoll. If your speed is that, well, see, Curtis.
That's
knows.
true.
If your speed is here and you have a ragdoll, it bumps your speed here.
Right, but and wait. Put your hands back up. Put your hands back up.
Enlighten them.
Put your hands back up. Put your hands back. So it goes to where? Here. Yeah. But then after that, if you get an Art of Mill, where does it go after that too? After you get an Art of Mill.
Slows you down.
Oh shit. Oh, that's why still.
Art of Mill slows you down. Ragdoll speeds you up. Yeah.
But where does it take you in terms of ranking? You know.
When I was playing against Sai, it was a match between who's gonna be slow, like who's gonna slow down first, because like he likes to go fast, I like to go fast. Then like who's gonna slow down, you know? Yeah.
All right,
Curtis,
great predictions. Oh, go ahead.
What's that?
East or west?
East or west? I definitely think the east side is a much stronger side than the west side.
Okay.
This guy lives in Boston. Wow. I mean, he lives in where you live? Yeah, you live on the east
or...
side, dude. That's so biased, dude. Look at that biased opinion.
So llama or tree in the east side? You got.
Honestly, I want to give it to Tree. I think Tree's been playing better than Llama. I don't think Llama's gonna be an easy match. I don't think Tree's gonna run right through him, but I do think Tree will take Llama.
I don't even think Llama
now to my next question.
I think Leas is gonna take Llama. Like,
I'm going somewhere with this. To my next question, as an Artemill and Ragdoll user, because we got one right here. As an Artemill and Ragdoll user, if two people both have Nefties and it evens out, but one person has an Artemill Tree and one person has a Ragdoll Llama, who do you think is better?
There's no way Tree's gonna have one match against that Ragdoll.
Okay, who's better, Artemill or Ragdoll?
The Ragdoll is what really.
Oh yeah, see, Ragdoll is better than Artemill. There you go.
Nefties. He has a Nefties though.
Yeah,
no, they both have Nefties to cancel each other out.
Yeah, but it depends on what you want to pre-ban in them.
Yeah, but who gets it?
I get it. No, I'm just saying, if they both have Nefties, they have even rune quality. You know, one has a Ragdoll, one has an Artemill. Do the math.
But if you're breaking it down the actual battle, right? They both have Nefties, they're even, but Tree is always going to be banning the Ragdoll, and you know maybe Llama can ban Artemill, whoever he wants to ban. They're on an even playing field. Who's better now?
So having the same unit on an even playing field only matters depending on who gets first pick.
Yeah, that's true.
First pick, yeah.
Yeah.
So that if you get first pick, you have a huge advantage.
Yes, Tyler, you're right.
Dude, Llama Tree is gonna be if they make it, that's a big powerhouse battle, dude. I'd look forward to watching that. Actually.
I think Tree just forward to Rozith and to Llama.
No, Rozith Lest is what I'm waiting for.
Guys, if you guys are doing predictions, just do the opposite of what Bob said, all right? Easy rewards, bro. Easy rewards.
I really like that a lot of us have differing opinions on this prediction.
Yeah, it's good. It's
a lot more fun to talk about.
Yeah, definitely. All right,
I think Molong is going to be the highlight of the tournament. What do you guys think?
Sniping?
Molong is crazy. He has no.
We're gonna see. No, Llama's gonna pull out the Molong, 100%.
Armor
I think
break?
it's gonna be the low light.
Like Molong armor breaks wind units left and right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
No, it's the Yunhong users. The Yunhong users 100% will pull out the Molong versus the Ragdolls.
Yeah.
So I think Llama's gonna pick it up.
Look at Brian, man.
Yeah. Hey, my birthday's tomorrow, dude. I'm gonna do birthday summons tomorrow, and I'm gonna get Molong. So I'm gonna be all right on this boat with everybody else. Yeah.
I'll feed my Molong for you, Brian. Don't worry.
Yes, please do. Yes.
Everyone else feed their Molongs for Brian.
Yes, please.
But there isn't that many
tomorrow. What's that?
There isn't that many Yunhongs.
I will get that also for my birthday tomorrow. Yes.
Go get that for birthday tomorrow.
So if you get Yunhong, are you gonna go for G30 then? If you get Molong Yunhong, would you go for it?
Yeah, I'll do more RTAs. I actually will do 30 wings a day. Yeah.
Are you guys heard it here on the podcast?
Yeah.
It's
30,
official.
30 wings a day.
It happened. Clip it.
I will do it. I'll do 30 wings a day. I will literally do my normal stream. Yeah, and then my bonus game will literally be just me doing wings. And maybe like, because you can't, the thing is, I enjoy streaming and it's really hard to keep up with chat if you're going to actually do RTA. Yeah, and that's, so if I do RTA, I mean, it's going to be bonus. Yeah, I'll definitely do it. For sure.
It's like a dedicated 2-3 hours a day.
Yun Hong Mo Long, baby. I'm pull up fucking some Topa VODs, dude. Fucking watch that shit. Fucking figure it out, baby. Alright, moving on to topic number 3 here. Topic number 3, just a little talk about Special League. Yeah, I know some of you guys are doing it just to get the rewards. Yeah, doing it to mess around and test out things. Have you found anything new that's interesting? Seen anything new that people are doing? Yeah, how do you like it? And we've talked about this before. I want to bring it back with different people here. Any suggestions for Special League moving forward? Yeah, any more cool modes that we can suggest to them that might be released, and your thoughts on it? Go ahead.
Yeah,
I still want the rotating wheel.
18 again.
No more SWC, please.
Yeah, they've only done it 3 or 4 seasons in a row now.
It's kind of nuts.
Honestly,
the
for me,
funnest-
the SWC. Or go ahead, Thompson.
I think the funnest mode they could have is just to have, it's not like 20-star or like 1-star or whatever. It's just a mode where you could just pick the same monster and pick dupes. Like if the opponent picks Sierra, you could pick 2 Sierras. It just depends on like how many, you know.
No, okay,
like,
wait. You lost me.
rules,
You lost
yeah.
me. You lost me.
All right.
No,
If
you
this
lost me.
happens, Alex will be ranked.
Hawthorne.
He has 3 Artemils.
You lost me,
You
dude.
could pick 3 Artemils, and the opponent could pick like 3 Lucians to counter your.
No. You lost me, dude. No. Yeah, I think you can pick same units, as in if they have it, you can also have it.
I agree
It's
with
cool.
that.
But I don't
Yeah,
think you
yes.
should have more than one on one side. That'd be kind of weird.
I mean, what are you gonna do with dupes anyway, right?
yes.
And you'll
Siege
come
or
out with
crystals?
different combinations. You'll pick like 2 Rakans and 2 whatevers and go into the battle like that. It's kind of cool.
Don't you just pick 2 Molongs then? It's insta kill
You
any
could do
unit.
2 Molongs. The other person could pick like 2 Icarus. It's a fair game. You know?
2 Swift Molongs, and you just insta
What do you
kill
think,
any
Obabo?
unit you want.
Yay or nay?
I would like it more than SWC pre-ban.
Yeah.
How about you, Curtis?
That is
know-
certain.
No, anything's better than SWC pre-ban right
Anything.
now. I changed my name and my symbol. It's still SSA, but like I changed it all because I got exhausted from everybody who doesn't even know who I am pre-banning Ragdoll Ada.
Oh,
People pre-ban Ragdoll regardless.
Yep.
Like of who
Yes,
you are.
yeah.
I'm only pre-banning Lauren because I hate Lauren out of principle. But if I wasn't, it was pre-ban Lauren or Ragdoll every single game.
But it
don't
was
worry.
my
Whenever
crime.
you play against
It
me,
was
I'm
my
banning Rogue.
crime.
Yeah. Basically, Special League is like, for most people, is RTA that takes longer, but you know that you don't play Ragdoll. That's basically it. As you're queuing in 30 weeks a day. Which is
I think a lot of that is our fault actually, because as streamers, people are always like, "Who do I pre-ban?" Safe answer is always a Ragdoll.
yeah,
It doesn't
you just
matter
don't wanna
which
pick
streamer
that.
you are. Like you can
No,
have
it's Antares for me.
Talkish, Thompson, Obaba. It's like who do
Who
I pre-ban? Just pre-ban Ragdoll.
Antares.
No,
Like,
I don't pre-ban Ragdoll anymore. But do you guys feel like Ragdoll is a little bit too strong? Curtis, do you feel like that?
Yeah, you
No,
know that you
not
now
at
that you
all.
brought this up, Thompson, I've
No.
never heard you bring this up before. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
it's a loaded
Okay, never
question.
mind. Whatever. God, I hate you, Brian.
Love you, Thompson.
Your unit's a little bit too good.
They
feel
nerfed
like
it. They nerfed it already.
Thing is-
You want some more?
I feel like
Yeah,
it's
they're-
because you
they're-
always compare like Arda and Ragdoll to each other.
Yep.
Like how strong they are relative to each other. And right now Artemil is pretty bad, I would say. So Ragdoll appears a lot stronger.
The only reason Ada's bad is because of how much you see a Lauren.
No, I think it's
Lauren
a lot
Lucia,
of like
Lauren Lucia.
Lucia, Harmonia, Lauren, like everyone can get those. And
Yeah.
Arda
You're
is so
saying
bad.
Harmonia a lot, Obabo. Who are you today? Last week I was talking to you about Harmonia. Yeah, no, not Harmonia. I have the VOD. Yeah. And this week you're like, oh, Harmonia here, Harmonia there. What is this Harmonia thing I don't know about?
It's a good counter.
Okay, thank you.
You know what would be something
I don't mess around with Harmonia. All right, thank you, Obabo.
Harmonia is good. People underestimate it as well, honestly. But it's something that would be an interesting Special League, because I play a little bit of Epic 7 as well. What do you think if they give special buffs to certain units if you use it, like fire units or this type of unit, yeah, for this season? That'd be kind of cool, huh? Like they get increased stats. Yeah, so
Or they-
you
or
don't
they-
have to pick it.
Are you thinking
That's
like the Hall of Trial style
racist.
stuff, or what?
Yeah, kind of like that, but like in Special League, because I think they can screw around with things like that in Special League, and even if it's a flop, I mean, it's just Special League, man. Come to us, please. Don't be scared to do stupid
They
things
could
in
also
Special
just-
League.
Sorry, go
Are you
ahead.
saying like
Yeah,
in a
they can
counter,
also
you just go-
reverse all the nerfs.
Oh God,
One
that's a
nerf.
scary one.
Yes,
there's gonna be
I,
like-
Oh,
I said that
man.
before.
Twins that can attack with
Based
everyone.
on a specific patch.
Yeah, like Leica is back to the stuns or
Yeah,
stuff like
Leica's
that, right?
Pablo's
Yeah.
back. Twins can attack with everyone.
Iris is OP.
Can
Twins
we
can
talk
attack
about
with
the
everyone.
transmogs? The Chimera transmog?
Oh yeah, we can talk about that as well.
Oh,
Go ahead, bring it up. What do you think about it?
Yeah. I like it.
It looks
The
really
dark one is so good. I don't have the dark one, but it looks so good.
I actually think the Teor looks pretty cool. Something with the color
Teor
contrast.
kills it.
Yeah, I don't know why it looks so cool.
Teor
So I hope they buff
kills
it,
that
dude.
transmog.
I hope they buff it. The color
Yeah,
contrast
Teor
is so nice.
They gotta buff it now.
Yeah.
The
Did you guys
transmog
hear
is
what
so cool.
Bagel suggested for a buff on the Chimeras after seeing the skins?
What did he suggest?
They should defense break on skill 1. I was like, what about Zeratu? He would just one-shot everything.
Defense
Just instantly kill any unit. Defense break, 2 more hits, dead. Insta-dead.
break skill 1. I
Doesn't even
mean,
matter if it's 1 turn. You imagine fighting a Rakan? You hit a Rakan, he skill 1s you, you attack him, he collapses you on revenge.
like,
one
yeah,
shot
it's
you.
impossible because even if you give it a low proc rate, the Zeratul still just benefits too much from that. And it doesn't give enough benefits to the other units, so it's not.
Yeah,
it's not a
I
good
feel like
buff.
it's not a big buff to the others, but for Zeratul, it's insane.
Huge. Yeah,
Zeratul
even if it's a
and then the-
50% proc rate before resistance.
The buff in his awakening. That's it.
Who?
Every other ones need kind of like a buff in their skills, right?
Yeah.
I mean, all Squall users for Chimeras just match the speed with Lagmaron, and they're all like a lot better now.
Okay,
Yeah.
but Sean would be OP in that case.
Yeah, he would
really
be
OP.
really
Yeah, but he's an LD Nat 5. Shouldn't
no,
he be good?
He would be like ragdoll level good, 100%.
No, I don't know
Yes.
about Ragdoll.
He would. He would.
He pushes attack bar, AoE stuns, and gives speed buff. So on top of getting the attack bar boost, you now have 30% more speed than everyone else, and you've stunned them.
Wait, are you talking about
And
awakening
you do-
speed
and you
for
do
Sean?
Speed scaling damage.
Wait,
Yeah,
awakening
yeah.
speed for
Of
Sean? No, screw
Squall
that, dude.
users.
You're gonna imagine like Nephthys, Wunsa,
No, no, you
Tiana,
said Wunsa.
Sean,
Wunsa, Sean,
X.
everybody.
You're gonna die, dude, when that draft comes out every time. What do you do? What do you do against that? If it actually has 15 more speed.
Sierra, Gianna, Wunsa, Sean, +1, and you'd never lose. If you have those units, you
I'd
never lose.
Leo every Squall user, I'd say. I'd
They
face.
just ban your Leo. It doesn't matter. They can leave your Ragdoll. They can leave your Arda. They'll just stun you. And
Yeah,
put
but
an
they
Ellie in
can't
the
bread
ban
and
bottom.
both
butter.
Antares
And that's the bread and butter.
They can't ban both Antares and Leo.
Yeah, but you just put bombs on the Antares.
Yeah, I
you
know.
don't have
I
to
mean,
worry
it's still
about
like
it.
it's still like a 5% chance to win.
All right, I'll move on to the weekly buffs and nerfs so we can talk about some of the changes that we want to see. I still think they should have the change for Rakan to have AoE provoke when using 3rd skill, and then
like
they
that so much.
change something from Teor as well, and that would be so good. I think it's balanced. I don't think it's that crazy. 1 turn provoke and maybe 2 turn provoke on, of course, the 2 turn provoke on the unit you're hitting. I think that's fine, right? And it works well with the kit that Rakan has.
Or what do you guys think, like a special league mode where they cut the HP by half when you first go into the game?
Oh, and people have to.
It's kind of like I got it
Christ.
from Dota. It's kind of like APEM, right?
Yeah.
Ah.
Easy
Yeah,
mode.
that would be just Lucian going in and just cleaning the whole. Board.
You'd have to scale back a little bit of the damage, I think. But at,
Yeah.
at that point, wouldn't it just be easier to scale the damage up from all monsters instead of lowering HP?
Yeah, but I like watching like big numbers and like flashy stuff. So
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it-
so you just, all you do is you scale the damage up, so then you see bigger numbers.
you guys really don't like dupes in RTA?
it's just weird. It's just really weird because then, yeah.
Maybe it could be a for fun mode.
Yeah, it
mean,
could
it's
be a
not
for
big
fun
deal,
mode.
it's a fun
Yeah.
The thing that I want still is I want the like wheel spin RTA, where basically what happens is like you go into a match and it just like spins like a raffle and it tells you what rule set you have for that match.
Oh, kind of like
I think
Hearthstone. They
that'd
can
be
use
wicked-
that
that'd be
Hearthstone
wicked
reel.
fun.
That Hearthstone
Yeah,
reel when you
exactly.
queue in.
That's what
Yeah,
so-
like that.
So it's kind of like when I did my wheel spin RTA and it's like I had like 10 sets of rules that I had to follow, whatever it landed on I do. It's like if I landed on Lucian, it had to be Lucian. If I landed on Rainbow, it had to be one of
I
every
like
element.
that.
Do you know
That
what
would be so much fun in an actual mode.
You know
Pardon?
what would be cool if you do RTA, no bans, right? And it's 5-on-5 instead of 4-on-4.
Okay,
Oh,
that's a
shit.
different implementation, but that would
That's
be
actually
interesting.
kind of that's
Yeah.
pretty. Sweet.
That's interesting, dude.
You
Yeah,
gotta think outside the box.
dude. There
What
would
if
be
a mode
some.
selected your units for you? Like you enter a match and you just see like all 5 cycle, and then boom, all 5 get picked, and it just goes by what's ruined on your account.
You know,
Yeah,
at the end
that'd
of
be
the
interesting.
maybe like next year for a tournament, it might just be like instead of 4-on-4, the next step for the game is a 5-on-5 match. You know?
Or they can just do something pre-existing, which is just scale it back to a 3v3, which is also possible. Yeah, and actually
be right back
break,
really quick,
like
Ryan.
changes the like the
Yeah.
dynamic of the match a lot by going 3v3. It's huge.
I
know,
honestly
I'll
think
be right
like
back.
Go ahead.
I honestly think Summoners War would be fun, like a 6-on-6, but like it's kind of like 6-on-6 but 2-on-2. So like it's me and Curtis using like 3 monsters each against 2 more against like Obabo and Tyler using 3
That's
monsters
been
each.
discussed in the office before.
Oh yeah. That'd be cool.
I mean, something realistic is
so
a 2v2.
5-on-5 would be a good push towards that format. You'll just go into it like the dungeon, right? Like how you enter dungeons and then just play 5-on-5.
I mean,
and then maybe 6-on-6.
But you would have to trust that I do the right move. So we would draft 6, ban 2, in with 4.
When you have
just have to
Artemil
trust me
Ragdoll,
make
I
them.
always trust you make the right move. Okay.
True. I'd like to see 3-star RTA would be interesting as well. Yeah, that's something of interest. I think we gotta really just, like I said earlier, push the Telcom to us. Don't be scared of making a mistake for Special League. Do you think people will actually have negative implications? That's what they're worried about, right? Releasing something without testing it and then getting negative implications. I don't think there's a negative implication for Special League at all. So
it's like
they should do
Diablo
something.
with their PTR, right? Public test realm.
Yeah, exactly. It's a fun, time where you can do stuff. You get some points and whatnot, but it's not that crazy. It's honestly not that crazy. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna move on to the last topic here, which is kind of an open discussion. Any last words or things that you guys want to bring up and talk about? We can talk about it. Got about maybe a couple minutes left here before we end it. Any other
how
units
we
wanna see?
liking demons? Do we feel demons were undertuned, or I guess some might say overtuned? Because we've seen like the paladins get introduced, and they were a little undertuned. They needed buffs. Same thing when the druids and lightning emperors. Do we feel the demons came out all right?
I don't have any demons. I don't know yet. What do you guys think? I got ranked by Water One.
I think the demons are cool and they bring new stuff to the game. But I feel like most of them need some tweaking. I feel like Water 1 should get his turn instantly instead of being 100 ATB. That would be a start for him, because right now when he revives, since everyone is mostly speed tuned, he's almost always gonna get cut when he revives.
Also, give him a turn right away.
Yeah, give him a turn right away. And for like Fire 1 just needs more utility straight up.
His kit's got a
Because
total
right now
Straight
he's just like a Fire Samurai or something right now.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, a little bit more utility though, but like a premium one. They got like a 5-star Fire Samurai or something.
Yeah, I would like to see something new for him.
Yeah,
Because the wind one has a new mechanic, so does the water one. Fire one.
Okay, I heard something that I thought was incorrect. Did you say the Lightning Emperors needed a buff on release? I'm pretty sure the Lightning Emperors were nuts when they got released.
No, he said
No. I said so since we've seen all like these new Nat 5s coming into the game, did we feel the demons were undertuned or overtuned? Like we've seen where the paladins were brought in, and honestly the paladins were very kind of undertuned, where nobody was really using any of the paladins. And lightning emperors, druids, and now we have the demons here, because we don't like it when Comtos introduce a new unit into the game and everyone's like, oh, it sucks, why use it?
No, we won't like it more if Comtos introduce a new unit and it's OP.
Yeah,
and
it's better to make them undertuned by a little bit.
Yeah, so I think they're doing a good job with that, but not to say these units need some tweaking. I messed around with the water one, but other than being like a fun toy with a different mechanic, it wasn't that crazy. It was like C3 RTAs, but it was fun. It was super fun though. It was really fun because the mechanic is really cool. Doing the heavy damage, right, is kind of nice, ignoring the defense. But yeah, I agree with the Bobo. Giving a turn right away when you come back, I think would be really nice, and give it a little bit more power and give it a little bit more respect in the matchups and how people deal with it, right? Because there's still ways to deal with it. Just don't kill it first. You can kill everything else and control it, right?
Yeah, and thing is with fire, you can't just slap some random debuff on him, because there's already so many Rika, Belenus, Helena clones. So I hope that they give him something new instead of just being one
That's
of those.
something that I've always talked about when I talk with the contest reps and stuff like that, or when I talk with people about balancing. It's units that come out generally are locked in their trinity. So it feels like MMOs where it's you're either a tank, damage dealer, or a healer, right? In Summoner's War, it's each of the normal elements has a role, and it's always kind of the same thing. It's when you look at fire, my first thought for fire is the main role of fire units is either heavy damage or crazy debuffs. We have Rika, Belenus, Helena. We have those a whole bunch of turn 2 units, and then we just have a whole bunch of raw damage dealers.
Really, I feel like fire units are made to be annoying, like Juno, Rakuni, and Gero.
Yeah, annoying.
So
True.
annoying.
I'm talking about Nat 5 families.
I'm just joking.
I'm talking about Nat 5 families mainly. And then you look at win units. Win units are just really heavy supports. Really heavy supports, or things that have support focus skills, right? Every wind unit has debuffs as a damage dealer, a lot of debuffs. And even Legmarin has stun, attack break. Sierra has bomb stuns. and the utility of taking like rotating turns. Triton
Not
has
my
the
hero
silence and the
anymore.
pushback.
No crit rate.
Yeah, you know what would be interesting for Fire Demon, which is indirect nerf to Hathor, is give Fire Demon it cannot be enabled, so you can't sleep it, and it's kind of like a semi counter to Hathor there because of the skill that does damage to your allies, wakes you up. So it
That would be
kind of
so annoying.
yeah, something like that would be maybe interesting. It's like a Fire Monkey King that actually can counter Hathor instead of Fire Monkey King that just sits there, right? It can do
That would be
something to
nice.
wake up your team. Yeah,
But I feel like it would be very
Fire
close. to
Monkey King
Potter
does
in
counter
that case.
Hathor.
it just
It's
sits and does
Hathor
nothing,
and
bro.
Ganea it doesn't counter.
Oh, okay, okay, fair.
Yeah, the fighting would be really close to like Potter in that case. So I'm hoping there will be some like condition.
Yeah,
In the case.
and bringing it in as a unit to again have more things to deal with Hathor because people want to nerf, but I really don't think they're gonna nerf Hathor. And I mean, if they do, that unit just becomes dead. I think that unit might become more dead than Sekhmet, to be honest, if they actually nerf Hathor, because you can't really use it anywhere else anymore at that
I
point.
think the game
If they
will
gut
be
it.
healthier if they nerf Hathor. Kind of like it's a habit that I'm used to. Like I love Hathor.
So you like change. You want
Everybody
change.
loves Hathor, but it was like the Molong nerf. It's gonna bring other people adapt, and other monsters will get better. You know, the Ganea Hathor combo will not be so crazy. You know,
Okay, so I have an idea for the fire demon in that case, which kind of goes into that scheme. Like if you do it so, when your allies take damage, he gains ATB, like almost like Diana, but he gains it proportionate to the health lost. So he would be able, if your allies take enough damage, he can go and wake up everyone from sleep, since he drains health from his allies, and then he would also gain a little bit of ATB since he drains his allies' HP with the skill 1 and skill 2, or skill 1 and skill 3.
Yeah, I'm just an advocate of not really nerfing a lot of units. I'd rather see more things buffed and changed and the meta kind of shifted through that, right? Than directly nerfing something, unless it's like really like super crazy. But I mean Hathor is definitely up there, but I mean more changes to certain units might make them more viable, and people will pick it less, right? Same
I'd
thing.
like to see more fire buffs. More fire buffs to counter the Hathor, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think they should just nerf Hathor out of there because I'm not a fan of them. Like I feel like what had to happen to Molong needed to happen at that time. But look at this SWC that we had. Well, for America's Cup at least, we were like me and Chris. Like there was many times we were like, and we're expecting them to take the Hathor, and they don't take the Hathor for some reason. Like it didn't become a priority to split the Ganea Hathor anymore. And people were drafting other things, but there were some people where they knew he's a heavy Ganea Hathor user, gotta split it. But it wasn't always that case. So
Okay,
less Hathor in this SWC that I've seen.
Just because you didn't see it as much, like when you look at Asia Pacific Cup, and when you look,
Yeah, well, that's what
when
I'm
you look
saying
at the
though.
Legend tournament specifically, right? Ganea and Thor getting together without having 2 immunity units let through destroyed any person who fought it.
Yep.
Right? Because we know it's like one of the best combinations. Especially
I'd like to see more buffs out there, more counters. Like, come on, give
I don't think you can...
the stun back. He wakes into resistance, go 100% resistance on that man, and allow him to counter the Ganea Hathor.
But
That'd be
that's
cool.
not a guaranteed counter. Because
it's not a
resistance
guaranteed
sucks
counter.
as a statistic. Statistically, resistance is like probably twice as bad as accuracy,
know,
considering
yeah.
accuracy is a true counter. Like that's not going to do anything for him. It's not going to make him any better. And then you have units that can abuse the fact that they have immunity protection. Shio will always destroy, like no matter what. And Shio is often
100%.
drafted into that Ganea Hathor setup. So like there's a reasonable level where you could buff units to deal with things, but there's also a line where it's like this unit is really hard to bring other things to and compare it. You have to bring it back.
Yep.
I think Hathor has crossed that line. Hathor is in that place and position where
Molong
she needs to be brought back. Right. I agree Molong was in that place as well. I don't agree with how they did it, but that's in the past.
Somebody said nerf Thor and just make it so it doesn't attack bar reduce other than the target that you click. Only sleep.
I feel like in this meta, a lot of healers aren't that good. I mean, Fran does everything. We know that because of the attack buff and immunity. But like Chasun, Eladriel, Ariel, and a lot of healers don't do good. Imagine they buff a unit and the passive is like they take 20% of the amount healed damaged.
There's many good healers. Artemil, Yunhong. There's great healers in the game.
All the really good healers are multi-class healers, though. They're
Yeah, they do more things
really
than
high
one.
aggregation.
That's why they're good.
But imagine,
I think
like,
the
there's a
only
way-
healer that's like just a healer that does decently, and this is gonna get me a lot of flame for saying it, but I think the only healer that heals as a main
Seriously?
focus that does well is Abelio.
Abelio, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I really
We've
think
seen
that
it.
Abelio has the potential as a unit because he heals and he also has enough utility with turn rotation and does a fair amount of damage.
He's great. He's just too slow and bad in the Ganea Hawthorne meta, you know?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I do agree something needs to happen with the Hathor though, in the way of bringing more things that come into the meta and make it so it's not as dominant, or doing something to her, I guess, then as a plan B, so then we can get a whole shift in RTA, you know what I mean, and different units coming out like this. This season with all the new free to play units coming out, it's amazing, right? Seeing more Eggers, seeing more Franz, Verds, it's nice, it's cool, right? And then prior to that, it was like heavy with the light paladin, so it was kind of cool seeing that. So I'm hoping like year to year we get these changes and we see different things. It will always become stale over time, but I'd like something new soon. You know what I mean?
Do you
Something
guys feel
different.
like one of the biggest problems in this game is like violent procs? I feel like Hathor is the only counter against violent procs right
Well,
now.
Thor and Alucia, and I guess Corona if you have lots of buffs are the only like two turns hard CC is the only thing that counters a violent proc.
Mm-hmm.
It's the problem, but it's also the cure in sometimes as well. It's the fun in the game as well, man.
But like
It's
the
hard
issue
to
is,
lose.
like meanwhile Hathor still denies Valen procs. You can still Valen proc while you have Hathor.
Yeah.
So it makes it feel unfair. They
Yeah,
don't even get the chance to proc, but then we can
But
just
then
proc.
imagine they nerf Hathor sleep to like 1 turn sleep. Then oh my god, it should be so bad. Like
Yeah,
so
but I
awfully
don't think that's the
bad.
way to go about it.
Somebody said to take away the attack bar reduction from other units except the one that you target. Is that too
then your
big?
2-turn sleep is useless. 2-turn sleep doesn't really have any impact in that case.
Well, 2-turn sleep prevents the violent proc from the first turn, and it's still
Yeah,
the unit's still sleeping.
but you can also like with that 30% attack bar push, like depending on where you are in the turn order, you can also reset turn order really well. So like if they have a unit that moves out of turn, you can force them to move in a specific position. You can also control.
Yeah, you can still
the
do that by
overall
still
attack bar
clicking.
defense better.
The target
Yeah, but
that
that's
you
only
click
one
still-
target.
Right. I mean, that's the nerf. That's the nerf, right? That's gonna be the nerf right there. Like, is it too much?
I
do you feel,
don't
or
think
is it
that
still
would
usable?
stop anything if you're gonna keep her cooldown the same. It's gonna be the exact same issue.
If you make it so she has no attack bar pushback and just 2-turn sleep, 99% of the time try to be better because it'll be like Hathor that AoE strips and 2-turn silence, right? Yeah.
And has better base stats.
And that better base stats and better base speed and better everything.
But I don't think you can't really compare silence to sleep in the meta that we're in.
Yeah, true. I agree.
Okay, then somebody else said.
But it still will be better because it has AoE strip, right?
Someone said sleep himself too. Just like Tableau was too good, it slept himself. How about Hathor has to sleep even through immunity using third skill?
Oh, yeah, that one's good.
Because you could still cleanse it, which it happens, but it's a baby nerf, I guess. Something you have to play around now. That's an interesting concept.
So my personal opinion on Hathor skill 3, or I guess the Hathor kit.
That'd be a Josephine buff.
A lot of people have messaged me.
Oh yeah, that is.
Is that I think the only thing that needs to change about skill 3 is 1 turn cooldown. I think the big change is skill 2, and the reason for that is because setup rotation from first turn is really strong because you can always pick Hathor as a first turn unit and a second turn unit at the same time, right? It's a first turn unit because it's one of your fastest units. It has a strip. It's really effective, and it can CC that unit. And then you have turn 2 potential because if they move all out of immunity and they don't stun you or deal with you or reset you, then you just skill 3 and you win.
Okay, that's
Right.
fair. I think that gives a nice buffer.
If you take away the turn 1 potential, then it forces the Ganea Thor draft to pick 2 other strippers or to be a lot safer. You can't be nearly as aggressive.
So you're saying increase cooldown by 1 for Hathor?
For skill 3 and remove the strip from skill 2 and make.
I don't think they should remove the strip. That indirectly affects Isis as well. I think just putting 1 more cooldown on Hathor is enough. Honestly,
I mean, Isis is
That's a first
irrelevant.
step.
So just rework her going forward. I don't
Yeah,
think
true.
that's a consideration for nerfing Hathor.
True. If you put 1 more cooldown on skill 3 and you make skill 2 not strip, Hathor is actually dead.
And then the comparison for that, and the reason why I put it that way specifically is because when you compare like Josephine Hathor, things that counter each other and things that are good, the biggest strength for both of those units, in my opinion, is the fact that they both have something that doesn't glance. Right? Hathor skill 3 doesn't glance because it doesn't attack, and Josephine skill 1 doesn't glance at all.
I have a question. When you put glancing on Josephine, could her first move still glance?
No.
If it says can't glance, you can't glance. You
can't
can glance.
glance. So, like glancing on
off a
Leica.
Leica, and it won't glance.
It won't glance.
Okay, so it doesn't.
No.
It doesn't matter if you put glancing. Okay.
No.
But the second move could glance.
Yeah, I can, but not the strip.
Yeah. The second move, I feel like it never glances. That shit hits Diana every
90%,
time.
Right? Activation or something.
Yeah, but it's 50% chance to glance basically. If you're hitting off element.
Okay. Cool. Any last words, guys? Very, very solid podcast there today. Anything you wanted to say to finish off? But I think we had some great discussions here today. And I think we can continue on with some of these next week as well. Yeah, I love it when we get to these weekly buff and nerf things because we come up with some really, really, really interesting ideas. Sometimes we reiterate ideas, and when new people come on, they give us their opinion on it as well. And hopefully some of these actually make it onto the drawing board from Comp to us. Whoever ends up watching these podcasts, it was good. Anything last thing? Any last things? Go ahead.
We're gonna see a Chimera buff coming soon.
Yeah.
And I think we also forgot about Tan this week.
Okay, relax. You and J-Mac. All right, you're both me relax.
Yeah, J-Mac as well now.
All right, if you guys are watching from YouTube, make sure you guys hit that subscribe, hit that like, as well as put your comments below. Yeah, I go through all the comments for the podcast, the most recent podcast, every single week. Yeah, to make changes and adjustments and whatnot for the following week's podcast. Keep in mind, next week's podcast is going to be on Monday, so you can expect the upload on Monday night. I'll be seeing who I can bring in for the podcast next week. I'll put the link for all of their Twitch channels below. Yeah, everybody is streaming. Maybe Thompson will start streaming a little bit more after the finals next week. But
sure.
I got all the links below, for sure. But thank you guys for your time, and thank you guys for tuning in today. Yeah, appreciate it very much.
Thanks for having us. Good luck,
bye-bye.
everyone, or good luck, Thompson, in the tournament, and I hope you guys have a ton of fun in Paris. Enjoy yourselves.
Peace.
You will be missed. You will be missed.
See you next week.
Bye.